Hello, and welcome back to hopefully the soon to be world famous home practice casino. These are for fun, educational, entertainment purposes only. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure how long ago I did a particular video. I'll classify it, not even the Captain Surrender guy. It was a video where, like, literally my head hurt. I said, I can't believe I'm making this video. It was where I work. My beautiful wife and manager was playing. I'm not allowed to play there, and that's fine. Someone was doubling a 12 against the 6. Now, the 6 part I understand. That's my favorite card to play against for the dealer, 5 or a 6. And I told the guy, if you get a picture, you bust. So, like, that is an idiotic double down. In a more recent video, I referenced my 80s folk out there, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, about margin for error. You can make mistakes against certain fighters, but still win. Margin for error. You want it to be big. Ladies and gentlemen, I stopped by my place of work yesterday to handle some quick business, and I said, because I love watching blackjack, whether you end up here or not, I love watching blackjack. And I said, you know what? I haven't gone to the casino in a while. I'm going to watch anyway. If I get potential material, great. If not, that's okay. Let's be real. And I hate to phrase it this way, but I'm going to. If everyone played blackjack like me, a lot of these scenarios, silly scenarios, ridiculous scenarios, wouldn't exist. Now, if a dealer does dealer things and pulls a 5-card 21, that can happen to anybody. But ladies and gentlemen, it leads me to this scenario, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but please don't think I'm making this up. I swear I am not making this up. I saw this like 24 hours ago yesterday. I was watching two guys, and I came home after the fact. I said, babe, we all know the movie Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, I think it was 1994. I watched these two guys last night, or in the afternoon. Dumb and Dumber, the sequel. Now, I know there's only one hand here right now. One guy was a lot more dumb than the other. But when they were at the table together, both playing, this was Dumb and Dumber. And the best part for me, and again, I'm not happy when people lose. I've said this several times. I want people to win. But I also want people to play the right way, 95% basic strategy. There's a couple of little scenarios where I'm different. I was taught different. The dealer that was dealing Dumb and Dumber, if he doesn't mind, I'll say is a friend of mine, a coworker. He taught me a lot. And he kept looking at me and grinning a little bit because he knew what I was doing, standing there, gathering content, just watching. And after these two doofuses lost, I said, he'll stay nameless. Blank was the name. I said, I'm doing TikToks about these guys. And he smiled and said, yeah, I know. Okay. I cannot believe I'm doing this video. The player, one of the dumbers, had 14 against the 5. Okay, normal scenario. Could happen to all of us. This is a stay or no hitting scenario. This player says, I can't believe, oh goody, I'm playing against a 5. That's normal. I like 5 and 6. That's good. The next sentence I will never forget. I'm playing against the 5. I'm going to double down. And I looked again, because I've said I make mistakes. I looked again. This guy's got 14, ladies and gentlemen. 14 against the 5. Now, the 5 part is good. You do not double 12 or higher, with the exception of you having the ace where you're soft, depending on the scenarios. But I'm not getting into that right now. The dealer said, and I'm not saying he overstepped his bounds. I don't know. I'm not a dealer. I don't know the rules of what you could say and not say. But he said, that's a ridiculously horrible double. You don't want to do that. And then he says, well, it's against the 5. I want a double. And then he didn't say anything after that, meaning the dealer. So maybe the dealer could only say something like once and then zip it and now good. But he's getting ready to double, and then I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I said, sir, the dealer's correct. That's an absolutely ridiculous, horrible double. If you get an 8 or higher, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, not counting the ace, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, you've doubled your bet and you bust. even before the dealer does anything. It's like, that is a horrible double. Trust me, you don't want to do that. And he was still a little hesitant. And he's like, okay, fine, I won't double. So he stayed. I don't even know why you would hit this anyway. You don't hit this, even though the dealer shows a 5. But, I mean, if you were hitting anyway, it's just, I couldn't believe this. And mentally, I'm typing this down that, this guy's going to end up right here at the fake casino. Anyway, he stood, and we all know what Brad's going to say, whether I'm playing or not. For you guys out there, you fans out there, guys and girls, in this scenario, you want the dealer to have big and big, big and big, and dealer busts, and you win with the shit, as my dad used to say, win with the shit and be one better than the dealer. So the player did stay. Okay, not really a big card, but big enough that the dealer can bust in general, or at least bust with the first card. So then this guy's probably very curious, because if he doubled, this would have been his card. So dealer has 12, big and big, big and big. Nope. It was an 8. Now, he lost his bet, which would happen to anybody. But this uneducated doofus who needs to follow me, so he doesn't do nonsense like this, the dealer pulled an 8. Now, I don't know what the next card was, but even if he did double, it doesn't matter. This is a horrible, ridiculous, stupid double down. It shouldn't even exist. You shouldn't even be allowed. It should be 10 and 11s, depending on the scenario, and I'll give you maybe the 9. This same guy in other scenarios was doubling an 8. Now, sometimes it worked out because the dealer busted. I'm not going to lie about that. But even the dealer was like, 8 is not really a double down hand. But they were doing it. But I cannot believe I'm making this video. Please, like I said, if you're soft with ace 2, ace 3, ace 4, that's a little different because you're soft. You can't bust. I've covered that. When you're soft, you cannot bust on the first card. Please do not be like Dumb and Dumber, the sequel, and double down 12 or higher.